Hello everybody and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, where we are taking our first flight in the Airbus A400M, made by these same lovely folks who created the Airbus Beluga, which was an excellent first flight, so I'm going to assume we're going to get that same experience with the A400M here. So, right now, not in career mode, but it will be once the remote cargo operations missions arrive in career. I'd be surprised if they don't end up in, heavy cargo as well. But, needless to say, similar to the Beluga, I thought we would get some practice in it, so when it does show up in career mode, we will be ready for it. But my goodness, it is looking excellent. I'm very excited to dive into this, and as usual, we'll be doing a cold and dark start through the checklist. We'll be opening up the doors, checking out what cargo this has available to it. And as usual, welcome aboard the A400M here. Got quite the cockpit going on. A lot of glass instruments. So it shouldn't be too difficult, I wouldn't think, to start this thing on up. Alright, 9 steps. 9, 10, 7, 7, 5. Oh. Not bad at all, actually. That's that's a lot less than I was anticipating. So that works. So battery 1, 2, and essential battery on. On, and on. Oh, that looks nice. External power if available. If you have ground power connected to this aircraft, select this on. It is available, and it is on. APU master switch. APU start switch, which is right under that. APU bleed. GADIRS, select all the ADR and IR buttons to on. On, and on. Easy enough so far. Get our nav lights on. Signs. Emergency exit and seatbelts are set to auto. And fuel pumps all on. Oh, there's only a couple of them. Perfect. And just like that, electrical power-up procedure is complete. Select the EFIS mode. I'm assuming that's just something on the screen. I'm fine with whatever mode it's set to, so I'm going to leave that one alone. Again, not too worried about that specifically. Set required altitude. We'll just have it set to 10,000, even though we're not going to be using any of that. We'll just be doing a nice flight around the area. Check FD button. When selected on, it should have a green light bar on the FD button. Flight director. Okay, that's what... And that is on, yes. FMS, set departure set. Not going to be too worried about it, but this is pretty cool, actually. Nice touch screen going on. Got the different fuel loads. Very nice. I'm not going to be, honestly, not going to be too worried about this. We'll kind of just skip the rest of these departure settings here. Before start checklist. Cockpit preparation complete. Yes. Gear pins and covers removed. So yes, that's all set up. Fuel quantity is good. Okay, so honestly, a lot of this other stuff is just the usual. We'll get our seatbelt sign on, though. But everything else is just setting it up through the FMS and stuff. Not really too worried about that specifically. All our IRSs are on. Get our beacon lights on. Both are set to bright. Parking brake is on. Alright, we'll just dive right on into the engine start procedure. Inform the loadmaster. Loadmaster, we're starting. He's been informed. Outside area is clear. Engine start selector. Ignition start. Engine master 1 set to feather. Check white box around engine. When the white half box around the power percentage gauge is shown, the engine is starting. Oh, it sure is, my goodness. Repeat procedure for engines 2, 3, and then 4. And everything's been repeated. That was a lot easier than I thought. When all 4 engines started, set run. Oh yeah, we're fully booted up now, that's for sure. Look at those things go. Nice. After start procedure, engine start selection normal. APU bleed off. Master switch off. Auto brake set to rejected takeoff. Ground spoilers arm. Yaw trim reset. Nope, I was supposed to oh, boy. I think we're good. I don't know what I just hit. Uh-oh. Flaps, takeoff flaps. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to go for a full extension of flaps so you can see that and the entire animation. So we'll do that first. Did somebody order flaps? Because my goodness. Very cool. By the way, also opened up the cargo door. It's funny, it has like its own little extra door over here too, which I thought was pretty interesting. I don't know if there's anything else I can do to open that, or if there's any cargo I can actually put in here. Because I'm not seeing anything specifically in the tablet. This might be in the payload though? No, I don't think this one's like the Beluga where it actually puts something in it. So we'll just leave that alone for now. And before we take off here, I want to showcase the interior, since we haven't done that just yet, but looking really cool. Plenty of seats. So if anyone wants to just file on in, you can grab a seat of your choosing here, since we have plenty of options. I like this little window here too. Look outside, see our props going crazy. But cool, everybody. I think we're ready to go. Go ahead and close our front door. We'll toggle the GPU and we will toggle the chocks. We are golden. The sun has risen on this fantastic morning. And I think we finished the checklist, right? Oh, here, let's get our flaps up a little bit more. Kind of forgot about that. After engine start checklist, doors are closed. Anti-ice we don't need. ECAM status is normal. Everything looks green, so I'm going to go ahead and say yes, that's normal. yaw trim to neutral, which it is, and pitch trim to normal. I guess neutral is normal. Perfect. So let's get our strobe and landing lights on. Flight instruments check. Let's make sure we're free and clear. Oh, hang on, I'm skipping. Hang on, flight instrument. Everything is on, so we're looking good. And then now we'll check it for free and clear. And we are free and clear. Let's get that checklist back open real quick. Briefing. We have briefed everybody on the aircraft, considering it's only me. V1, VR, V2. Check V speeds are inserted. Yes. Radar is PWS. And we'll just... Oh, no, we do want that on. Okay. Windows are closed. IRS. Check the IRS are set in nav mode. I'm assuming on means yes. Perfect. Well, alright, everybody. Well, hang on. I was about to say we were ready, but ground spoilers. Are those armed? They should be. Yes. Okay. Takeoff config. Man, this actually... Oh, let's get another set of flaps, and let's do 2 degrees of flaps on that. Auto brake is already set to rejected takeoff. And cool. Yeah, we're ready to go then. Oh, there's also one setting we need to change also in the settings, similar to the Beluga, is the nose steering. I think we're good. We should have full control over that then. Hopefully. Guess we'll find out. By the way, it was complaining about not having any takeoff preference numbers in here, so I went to active, preference, and then just hit the insert takeoff data here, and it added what we wanted. So V1 is 136 knots, which is perfect. So just thought I'd mention that in case you are wondering why it's beeping at you. Nope, just realize you have to hit it again, and then the numbers go into where you need it to be. Okay, so... See, I'm learning with you, everybody. I just realized my shadows weren't ray traced anymore. It's weird, the sim seems to reset some settings each time I load back in. So apologies for that, because I was like, the shadows look really odd, and that would be why. But alright, everybody, let's go ahead and take off here. Alright, probably should have changed the way we took off there. That took a lot more than I was expecting, but that's okay, we're in the air. So, let's go ahead and get these gears up, and flaps back up as well. This is surprisingly very easy to fly, and what I mean by that is it doesn't feel like you're needing to put in a lot of input in order to make these turns and everything like that. Like, it's really smooth. Like, the whole operation of starting this thing up was a lot easier than I was expecting it to for an aircraft of this size. So, when do we get this in career mode? Because I kind of want to buy it right now. This thing is such a joy to fly. My goodness. We'll go ahead and just do a little bit of a walk around here. I'm not sure if there's anything I can actually walk to from in here. But may as well just kind of look around. What is this? Oh. Oh, so we can just get to the back from here. Nice. Oh. Hang on. There we go. I got stuck at the stairwell, everybody. But it's cool that you can actually walk back. I like that. Or was that window? Oh, there's that window. I think we're up at 17,000 feet at this point. But just in case you wanted to see more of the cargo hold here. Another window. Just to the... Oh, that looks incredible. My goodness. This is going to be... The Beluga and the A400M here, I'm very excited to get in cargo. I'm glad that the audio is good in the cargo hold too, because some planes have it to where like you're hearing it like you're outside even though you're in the cargo hold. Here it's all sounding perfect. Alright, let's get back up into the cockpit and get some more outside views going here. By the way, look at this. Oh, that looks awesome. Some fantastic fixed cameras too in the external camera, which I really, really appreciate. So we're going to go ahead and lower our speed a little bit, even if the plane's going to complain about the the auto throttle. We may as well figure that out. I need to find where that is. So the auto throttle's right here, but I'm not sure how to give it more power like it's asking. Because if I go, yeah, auto throttle limited, auto flight. But I mean, that's okay, I'm not too worried about it anyways. That is a hefty wiper, my goodness. That's pretty cool. But alright, let's head back to the airport here, which is just to our west. We're gonna go ahead and bring the power back just a bit. Let me get this out of here as well. And let's start descending, because we've gained quite a bit of altitude here. Alright, let's go ahead and open up our map here. We should be in a pretty good spot. Yes, we are. We can just get our descent going, start slowing down, get our flaps in. We already have our speed brakes armed, so when we do touch down, those will auto-deploy. That we set up before we took off, of course. So let's go ahead and keep a nice descent going. We don't need to descend that quickly. We got a pretty good distance between us and the airport, which we don't need that up anymore. Let us enjoy more of our ray-traced shadows in the cockpit as they make their way across. But I'm not sure where we're going to be able to toggle our first bit of flaps, but I'm going to go at least below 240 before we do that. And then we should be able to get more and more flaps engaged. Let's see. Almost 240 knots. There it is. Oh, okay, so it's about 200. Yeah, I know, you're going to be mad. Hang on, it's fine. So it looks like about maybe 238, 237 for the first notch of flaps. Still going to keep our descent going here. Let's make sure we're still heading the right direction. We are. You know what, let's go ahead and get our gears down already, too. I know we're a bit of ways, but we may as well. Alright, we've slowed down a lot while I was doing that camera angle, which is fine. We can get the rest of our flaps in now, which is good. We're just going to go full flaps on this, just to kind of simulate a short landing, since obviously remote cargo ops aren't going to be the longest runways possible, so we may as well get some practice in with that in this flight. Let's go ahead and get our landing lights engaged here. Stick around this 140 knots we got going on here. We actually have a pretty fantastic speed. Our airport is just to the right, should be around here. At least we can get somewhat of a visual on it from this point, since we're below that cloud layer. I think we're going to go ahead and just stick to this. Oh, I put a little too much power in here. We're starting to ascend just a little bit. And of course, this does have reverse as well, which we will be, of course, using in our simulated short runway simulation. So it should be fantastic. The airport is in sight. So the thing I'm a little bit worried about on this landing is if you get to a certain speed, auto throttle kicks in because it thinks you're about to just crash into the water. So I'm not sure how to kind of maintain that. So just something we're going to have to kind of contend with as we get going here. I'm sure there's a setting or something I need to toggle in order for it to not do that. Because it's just really hard to maintain where I want to be and make sure we're not going too fast. Alright, so there's going to be a weird cut from here because I'm trying to get very familiar with landing this thing. And I want a good landing because I've done a couple landings and they've been not great. Because you want to stay far away from the stall area. Even around 160 knots, you're going to be falling out of the sky really quickly. So we'll try to stick around 180 knots for a landing, which seems pretty fast.
30, 20, 10.
Oh, we're floating. We're floating. But we're on the ground. Which I'm okay with, because, like I was saying, our... like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, if you get to that 160 knots, it's... Oh, I need to go into reverse as well. Don't mind me on the side of the runway here. I just... all I know is I need a lot of practice with landing this thing. Because it is... it's different, for sure. But the other thing I need to figure out, too, is how to make it to where I can maintain that speed easily, because with my Thrustmaster, HOTAS 1, there's not much control for me. Like, it's either kind of idle and then kind of medium power, like here, it'll go up a lot. So I'll need to figure that stuff out. But at least I got a smooth landing somewhat for the video. But overall, still really loving this plane. It's a blast to fly with. Just really need to get a lot of practice in with landing it. Because it's something to kind of learn. There's a learning curve for it, for sure. Mine is kicking us up some dirt there. I'm going to go ahead and just park here in the taxiway. And... yeah. Let's shut it off here. But alright everybody, there we go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the first flight in the A400M. This was fantastic to fly, but like I've been saying, there's a lot more to learn about this aircraft for sure, especially before we get it in career mode, because I do not need to have a horrible landing in career mode. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching and the continued support on the channel. Really glad you guys have been enjoying it. And hopefully you'll enjoy this one as well. So I will be talking to you guys next time. See ya!